you ready for this?
Well, let's see. Your parents did it last year, so we're kind of out of practice. We've only done it twice, but this will be our third time, so
Yeah.
we're getting pretty good at it.
I think this is our last time doing this too.
It better be, and it's gonna snow tonight. So far, you've told me it's 1 to 2 inches, but twice today, someone
We've heard
said
2 to 7.
2 to 7 and
Sounds
4
like
to 6.
a fish story to me.
Sounds to me like it's probably gonna snow tonight, and just like normal, and nobody knows how much. But we've got to make sure that's protected. So about a year ago, little more than a year ago, we were living there, and we were working on our house, this timber frame. We had all these people here from all over the country, all over the world, and we're working on our timber frame, and then this happened.
3 hours ago now, we were like, you know what? Once we get the frame up, we'll probably relax a little bit. If we winter over in this, it's okay. Right. And then 30 minutes after that, this wind gust came and our RV garage ripped along the seam at the top.
What are you doing, Paul?
We're going to put a tarp over their tarp.
Well, that one made it about a year, but I guess they've kind of all made it about a year. So the other day, small gust of wind, they said, came out to find that.
A small gust of wind. Man.
This is totally gonna be a train wreck. Oh boy. Oh gosh.
Even though we're living in our beautiful home, it's still worth it to keep tarping this. We have an RV in there that can't really get wet. And even though we're living in our house, we're not ready to get rid of the mansion, the Raj Mahal tarp palace, because we're still using it for guest accommodations. It's winter, it's not the time to take it all down. And that helped us get this.
All right, we want to tell them more about that to this and all that jazz, but as you guys can tell, the wind is picking up.
And we're losing daylight, and
we're
snow
losing
is
daylight
coming.
and snow's coming.
So first we have to get this tarped.
Yeah.
And then we'll share the
let's
nitty-gritty.
stay focused, and then we'll humor you with the rest of the story.
So from my memory, when my dad did this, he used rocks or something.
Yeah, there's like a board.
And there's no way we're getting that out of there.
Yeah.
Because it's a frozen, slushy mess. We can try.
Here you go.
But this might be a pretty big project.
Yeah.
Or we put something, we just cut them, and we put something down on top of it. What do you think?
Oh, I'm start digging. Here's my 5-minute assessment. That's not coming out of there.
Right, that was my 3-second assessment.
Yeah, right. So what we're gonna have to do is take this tarp off and somehow attach the new tarp to the existing anchors.
Oh, we could totally do that. Just tie knots.
The question is, what's the other side like?
It looks about the same.
It's about the same, she said.
So maybe not. Maybe it's a little deeper. Wow.
Oh yeah, no problem. I only have to dig out about 4 feet of snow, 30 feet wide, 20 feet long. Go. Got 6 of them there, 7?
7. And you decide to take the work smarter, not harder approach on the other side and use one string.
We'll try. We'll see if we can just lace it.
Yeah, this was pretty quick.
I think we've decided to begin giving away a North Idaho welcome kit.
Right.
And in it is tarp repair kit. What we're not sure how to do is to give you like year 2 and year 3 North Idaho, because you can only repair a tarp for so long.
Those are add-ons.
Yeah, I think year 3 we just give you a new tarp. Ah!
Oh no. There she is.
There's our old roof.
Coming this way.
I think there's a small lull in the wind. So
We better do it.
really get after it because here in a second it's gonna start ripping. Let's fold it out, tie a rope to it, pull it over, and then we can stretch it out and do the thing. Just give it a whip. Perfect. You know how to tie a fishing knot?
No.
I actually don't know what this is called, but I call it a fishing knot.
I know how to tie a horse up to a hitching post. That is a type of knot.
It is. What is it called?
I have no idea.
It's called a hitching knot.
Oh, that makes sense.
It'll work.
Ready?
I think so.
One, two, three. One, two, three. Oh yeah, I made it over.
Oh, come on!
I don't think you'll be able to grab you there. Nice. Is it go time?
Yeah. Looking good. Booger.
Dun da da.
Heck yeah, we beat the sun too.
Sweet.
Got daylight to spare. Looking good.
That looks so much better, guys. Do you agree or do you agree?
Good job on the re-roof.
Yeah.
Hey, that didn't take us 3.5 months like it did this roof.
Nope.
So if that took us 3.5 months, and that took us 3 hours, I wonder which one's a better deal. The 1-year roofing plan or the 50-year roofing plan?
As we promised, let's take a walk down memory lane for where we've been living the past 3 point something.
3.3 months.
Should
turn on our light.
Should be about how we left it.
There it is. There's the only light we have.
Close the door, keep the warmth in.
So if you're new to the channel, welcome. A few years ago, we had a dream to buy some land, be debt-free, and build a house. But we also wanted to live on the land, and we needed somewhere to kind of get started. And we didn't want to dump a bunch of money and pay someone else to build this structure for us. So we bought an RV. But we kind of got toward winter and we were trying to do it on the down low cheap, not cheap, like budget. So we had this trailer, this RV thing, and winter's coming and we're like, uh-oh, we have nowhere to kind of keep things warm. We have nowhere to protect our belongings. Mayday, mayday, mayday. But we were thinking ahead and we kind of figured out a way to get a bunch of building materials for very, very, very cheaply. We had found a barn and a house that was going to be torn down. We found it on Craigslist, and we've been busting our butts to get those building materials, and it wasn't exactly the plan until we saw snow in the forecast, and we're like, we need something, and we need it now. So we built this little tiny 10 by 12 cabin, I think, in like 3 days. I'm pretty sure we tore the house down on Friday.
Right.
And we built the cabin by Sunday, and it snowed on Monday.
Well, we had the little RV garage tent thing that cost us $500.
$500.
And then this whole little cabin addition cost us $300. But that's only because we opted for brand new clear corrugated plastic roofing for our windows because we need some light up in this joint.
Passive solar. But this little cabin, when we say it cost us $300, that's not even really true because we still have, and we've been using and working through a lot of the materials that we got from that house.
We built so many other things on the property with these materials.
Yeah, and we still have a bunch left. We have a bunch of tin roofing and stuff like that we've been giving away and using on other side projects and stuff. So this cabin, I would venture to say it was free. So this is what we did for 3 years. And we made small improvements. We eventually got our solar set up in here. We have our super tacky shop light. I put a couple of outlets in here just for charging power tools. We also used to keep firewood, keep our tools and things dry and out of the elements. This was it. This is all we had while we were building our house.
So let's take a look on the inside so you guys can see we weren't roughing it that much. We were pretty comfortable.
Oh, there we go. Woohoo! Wow.
Right?
Oh my
Not
goodness.
bad, guys.
It's
Isn't this weird?
wow.
So we got this RV. It's only 19 feet in length. So doing the math, there's 2 of us.
Yep.
Let's just say most people be like, oh, my husband and I would definitely be divorced by now. So
Yeah.
living this small, it's not for everybody. It's definitely been a sacrifice. But living in an RV or travel trailer has accommodated all of our needs. We bought this unit because it's kind of modern. We
Yep.
knew that we were going to be living in this dungeon, so we were really attracted to the white interior, which by some miracle we've kept like immaculately clean. So I feel that when you step in here, it's actually a very comfortable place to be. But living in this for just 3 years has really helped us to accomplish our goals. And in the time, you kind of think you're never going to get there.
Yep.
But now we know we have our big ginormous house with heat waiting for us. It's so rewarding to come in here and know that we moved past this. We've done it.
I'm kind of curious, guys, when the day comes to pull this little trailer out of the garage. The people who have not seen those videos,
We're gonna be like in shock how tiny it is.
This trailer is I'm not even kidding, is shorter than our truck. Think about that for a minute.
Wow.
It was our office, dining room, kitchen, bedroom. What else? Conference call room,
Yoga studio.
shower, yoga studio, cat den. Yeah,
Cat den.
I can't believe the amount of stuff and things that we had in this trailer. It was so practical.
This was our video editing studio, so we started our YouTube channel 3 years
Right
ago
there.
when we moved here. And we managed to fit our Thunderbolt in here. But while this operation is going on, there's nowhere to set your food.
Oh yeah.
So you could see that we've really had to like juggle and prioritize, and you can see why after a few years you start to get cabin fever.
Yep, especially in the winter. So think about it for a minute. If you're watching this video and you're paying rent, or I'll just throw it out there, let's just say you're paying a mortgage. We're not picking on people, but let's say your mortgage is $1,800 a month. Let's say it's $2,000 a month. You're paying $24,000 a year to live in your house. If you can find a way to get rid of that, think about it. In 3 years, the 3 years we've been in this trailer,
What could you do with that money?
$72,000. Wow. I mean, and people wonder how we're able to afford this house.
Right.
The answer is this. I mean, we lived with nothing. Like, we scraped every single penny, and it all went to that, getting away from the 1 year tarping plan. We cooked meals for 3 years
On
right
that.
there.
So, and we don't have an oven. We weren't able to use a crock pot, so we were huge fans of like soup and whatever would fit in our skillet. We don't have a lot of fridge space, but at the end of the day, it was enough.
This little heater down here was what kept us warm in the RV. So the wood stove, contrary to what it looks like, was not to keep the RV warm. When we did burn the wood stove, the heater in here had to work less. So it was more comfortable, but that heater was actually what kept the RV comfortable in here. So Alyssa could turn it up to
Yep.
whatever temperature she wanted.
We'd
and
still
just,
have it probably
Yep.
68 degrees in winter, and I mean it wasn't the most comfortable. We definitely wore a lot of layers, but
Yep.
it was doable.
Yeah, but we found that obviously the wood stove takes a lot of time and a lot of effort, and in the winter it was costing us a lot of sleep. So if it was like above 25 degrees outside, we actually wouldn't burn the wood stove because it didn't make sense. It was a lot of work for one, but wood's not free or cheap either, or easy, I guess is the word. So we were actually more comfortable in here because this RV really just kind of mimics a house. It had everything we needed to live comfortably. We have cabinet space for dishes, overhead cabinet space, we had food there. All of our clothing was above here, Bugaboo's bin there, bed and linens and everything here. There's actually food storage underneath both of these. There's a closet there, book and office supply storage here. I mean, we really had everything.
We did.
But if anything was out of place, you knew it instantly. If both of us were trying to work on a project at the same time, it was a meltdown.
And then there's the bathroom.
So hold on. If we live here 3 years, that's a little over 1,000 showers.
Wow.
1,000 showers each.
Right,
That's
we couldn't two people shower in there.
2,000 showers in this guy. Guys, seriously.
And you're alive? You survived?
I survived. This is what we knew, though, going into this whole thing, was if we could live here on our property, one, we were going to be closest to the project site. We're more likely to work on it, which makes us make faster progress. If we rented a place in town or somewhere else,
We're less likely to work on the house.
I think there's a secret here, and it's something we've realized, and I think other people out there who've documented similar journeys realize this too. Probably the biggest aha is motivation. A lot of people think that money or some skills or something else is holding them back. We might argue that with a lot of people. I know people think, well, I don't have the money. But let me tell you something. If I deposit money in your bank account today, are you suddenly going to start building? We would challenge that you have to have motivation, because this, living like this, is a motivator.
Oh, it's motivating.
Let me tell you. I mean, there comes a point in time where you can't even, you're like trying to soap and lather, and like you're hitting your head, and like, I don't know, you're knocking everything off, and I don't know, in the winter you just want to choke each other. It's good a motivation to keep going towards your future goals. But of course, you've put yourself in a situation where that's even possible. This has been good for me. I don't know, part of me doesn't want to get rid of this right now, because like it's just a good reminder of where we've come from for us.
Right, well, it's also serving as our guest quarters.
Yeah, it's the
So we
honeymoon suite.
we had some friends that stayed in here, and they were okay coming into the house to use the bathroom because it's winterized right now. But we made the bed up all nice. We got a new down comforter and a duvet, like super, super warm.
And
Long term, we probably won't keep it for that reason, but for the winter, it's been great until we have better accommodations in our house.
yeah, let's just say we're kind of shy on privacy at the moment. So.
Right. Nighty night. Let me out.
Can you step right into him?
Yep, that's what I always do. like I never lost the skill.
I can totally see how this looks, like from the
You know,
outside.
yeah, I can too.
I totally get it.
Because I feel it all. Those initial feelings of, wow, everyone's gonna be judging me right now, and I used to live in a really nice house and drive a really nice brand new car, and now look at our life. I felt all of those very same things, just very, very deeply. It was really hard for me, and I know it's hard for you too, to make this transition, to make this leap.
Yeah.
And in the moment, when the years are going by and you feel like you're not making a lot of progress, you kind of question all those things you let go, but I can now say with confidence, I'm so happy we did this.
But here's a question that you have to answer for yourself. If you're paying $1,000, $1,500, $2,000, $3,000 a month for a mortgage, what are you paying for? Like, we asked ourselves that question. How many times did we want to go somewhere to get a hot shower? I mean, a long, no conservation, no shame hot shower. I mean, once in a while, right?
Right.
And a hotel room was $100 a night.
Or we would go to a truck stop and pay $5, take a shower.
$5.
$5 a
And it's like bottomless.
Yeah.
Hot water, no shame. I mean, do it for 2 hours. Nobody's going to tell you not to. And that allowed us to get to where we are now. Wow. I mean, yeah. But this is not sexy. No one is going to drive up your driveway and be like, oh, see what you did there. They're going to kind of drive
your
by.
Your parents, you're probably going to scare your parents.
They're going to kind of
scare your family.
You're going to look out the window and be like, should we walk up? Should we call ahead? What's going on? Back to the mansion.
Yep. And now.
Oh, feels so good. I think we need to go in that RV about once a week just to remind ourselves.
Yeah, it's really great.
Where we've come from. So this house represents more than 3 years of work because we made sacrifices long before we moved into that thing that allowed us to move into that thing. So the sacrifices have been probably closer to 5.5 years or more. But this house is ours. We own it. No debt, no payments, no mortgage. And we're not in a rush to finish it. Like, we can finish it kind of on our schedule. We don't have people breathing down our neck. We don't have a lender. You know, we're not dealing with all that stuff.
It's been a lot of work to get to this point, and we've had to work hard to kind of replace the RV, ironically. For what the RV was, we realized it served our needs quite well, but now we have a full-size refrigerator, brand new, really awesome. So this just improved the quality of our meals overnight. We have a full-size range, so we can cook 4 things at once, and we have an oven, which has been great. We've been cooking and baking so much food.
Do you know what ovens mean, guys?
Pizza.
Pizza! How long have we gone without making pizza at home? Long time.
Long time.
And now we've been making like pizza every week.
We've been able to plumb in a full-size washer and dryer. Before, we were going to the laundromat about every 10 days to do 2 or 3 loads of laundry.
We used to have this thing that we called the off-grid shuffle. And I know that's going to kind of bite a little bit hard for some folks who are still kind of living that way, but that was our reality. We went to town for water, gasoline, propane, and laundry. So we were basically always in town. Some keen folks will notice that this wall looks kind of icky, but it's a stepping stone. The nice thing about building a house as you go is that you can do it without incurring debt. So this is a work in progress. We're working on plans for cabinets to kind of make this a kitchenette laundry area that will allow us to continue to kind of cook and do our house stuff down here. That'll be wonderful. But we did think ahead when it came to kind of comforts, and we built this bathroom. This bathroom is the only one that we have in the house right now, even though we have plans for 3. But we didn't really want it to feel like a low quality bathroom. We don't want it to feel like a McMansion either. So we really put time into thinking about how to make this bathroom feel good, knowing that of course we're going to be using it every single day. So this room is basically the only finished room in the house. But it's amazing to have a full-size shower, lots and lots of hot water, yes, a full-size toilet, a good-sized mirror, a nice vanity, and Alyssa's favorite appliance, the heater over there. Hey, small problem, sir.
How are you doing on the no cats on the table rule?
Sir, no, just because you're not in the RV doesn't mean you can now just dominate the house. Off you go. Come on.
Scooch.
Come on. There you go. So we decided to make one small upgrade after, I don't know, months of this little table, which we got for free.
That was on its way to the dump.
Yes, we were at a yard sale. Someone was going to throw this table away, and these beautiful chairs. And this has been our dining table for 3 years. Outside at first and now in the house. So the other day we agreed, you know what, we use this table every single day for work, for cooking, for meals. We have guests over, stuff like that. So we decided to just purchase, because we're just running out of time, a dining room set that is comfortable, it's quality, it'll last us a long time. It'll get us kind of through this temporary stage of living and make life just a little bit more comfortable. And I'm pretty sure about 3 minutes after this table came inside, it was completely covered in stuff.
We've been using it nonstop.
Yeah.
But it just kind of goes back to, if you're making these sacrifices, be honest. I think first and foremost with yourself, what do you need to be comfortable and happy, and I feel like everyone's needs are a little bit different.
Right.
But we realize that at the end of the day, if we have a shelter over our head, hot water, a place to sleep, we're physically comfortable temperature-wise. You have a place to eat, you have a place to sit. We want a lot more. Our wants, we're not short on wants, but at the end of the day, we're willing to meet our needs in the most basic way possible so we can get somewhere further in our life.
And I think we want to convey that, yes, we have dealt with endless criticism because our house is not polished, our RV was tiny, our tarp mahal, our garage mahal was not sexy. Even neighbors who have since come by and said, oh, I didn't know you guys were living here. So this path, no, it's not sexy. No one's going to be climbing in your house like jealous. But when they realize that you've gone down that journey, you've become debt-free, and it's a comfortable life for you, you'll worry a whole lot less about how pretty your trim is or whether your floors are sexy or people are jealous or whatever. Being debt-free is the ultimate in envy. Bugaboo, do you want to say anything about getting debt-free? Do you want to tell them how fun it was living in an RV for 3 years? Do you want to tell them how much you like the house? Did you guys know that Bugaboo basically disappeared for probably about 2 years, and he has since become an inside cat? I'm not sure why, but he does keep changing the thermostat. If you are new to the channel, jump back to the very beginning and watch this whole thing. It's the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen. And we feel it when we look back and watch our videos too. It was totally worth it, but yes, it was mildly crazy. But we're enjoying where we are now. This feels right. Everything we do from here is an improvement in our life. We're no longer on the 1 year TARP plan.
We're working on permanent stuff.
Everything is permanent. We did have to do some temporary stuff, which we're gonna have to undo to move into the temporary stuff, but it still is forward moving. We're not paying rent, we're not paying a mortgage, and every dollar that we stick into this house is an investment in our family and our future. Are we done? No. We have a lot of work to do. We're excited to start working on the house. We have been working on it, but the projects haven't been nearly of the scale that we completed over the last 2 years. But we've got a lot coming. We hope you'll join us for the rest of this journey.
I think getting the tarp on is worthy of celebration.
I was gonna say, should we toast to another year of tarping?
Let's do it.
Okay. Cheers to another year of tarping.
Cheers.
So about this time next year, guys, look for a video of us putting a new tarp on.
Well, one of these days, we're really excited to shoot the video where we tear down the RV garage and pull the RV out and send it to its new home, right?
Where's it going?
Well, I don't know. Someone will buy it.
Right? Buy it? Should we burn it?
No
Should
way.
we drive it off a cliff?
No way.
Should we
It's
sell
still
it?
in perfectly good shape.
That's true. I guess
Someone could benefit from it.
I have to stick around and find out what happens to the great garage mahal, everyone.